My top 5 values are peace, joy, ease, wealth, and aesthetics. Not necessarily in that order, but knowing my values, knowing what I care about helps me guide my decision making and helps me make decisions that help elevate my career. I'm Ashley. I'm the lead mentor with Mentor Me. And if you are not clear on your values, or if you're not living in alignment with your values, it can be holding your career back. I'm going to talk about, number 1, how to identify what your values are. Number 2, how to define those values. And number 3, how to audit your life and your career so that you can assess how your values can help you elevate your career. As a career coach, I coach high achieving professional women. I help them make more money and have more impact by really leaning into what they're good at, leaning into the skills, the knowledge, the talent, the expertise, the degrees, the credentials, the certifications, the years of experience that they already have, right? And a big part of that work and why my mentees are so successful is because not only am I helping them leverage the skills and knowledge that they already have, but I'm also very keen on making sure that I'm helping professional women lead with their values. And you might ask why? Why is a value-led career important? Why shouldn't I just focus on what I'm good at or what I'm passionate about or what interests me or what the biggest problems in the world are? While it is important to know what you're good at, while it is very important to know what you're passionate about or what interests you, as a career coach with more than 5 years in the coaching profession with a PhD in educational leadership, having helped hundreds and thousands of women earn more than $1.5 million in salary increases, raises, and bonuses, what I can tell you is that the biggest determining factor in career success and career validation is leading with your values, getting clear on exactly what it is that you value and making sure that that's guiding your decision making when it comes to choices in your career. And knowing what I value helps me teach other people to uncover what they value and help them build roadmaps for their career success based on those values. So you might be wondering, how do I identify what I value? How do I know what I value? I like to think about values as a compass, right? Values guide our decision making. Let me give you an example. If you value rest, right, you will say, no, I can't make it out tonight. I'm gonna, stay in and just, catch up on my shows, or I'm gonna stay in and make dinner tonight. But if you value community and connection, you might go out despite being tired from a long week of work, right? So your values, if you value rest or if you value community, might be the determining factor on what you decide. Let's say you value family, right? And so you might say, I'm going to take a job. I can only take a job that's within a 15-mile radius of my home because I really need to be close to my family and I need to be able to pick up my kids from school every day. And I don't want to have to deal with, a 45-minute plus commute, right? Not saying you don't value family if you have a long commute, but if, you have adult children or if you have a lot of support and childcare help, you might be willing to, have a longer commute or even relocate your family to be closer to a job, right? So understanding what you value, understanding what you care about, that can help you guide your decision making when it comes to career development and help you make better, more succinct, more strategic choices when it comes to your career. And one of the things that I do with my mentees in my programs is that we spend a lot of time thinking about what their values are, what guides their decision making, and how they're making decisions in their life right now, right? Because what we want to ensure is that our values aren't aspirational, right? Your values should not be aspirational. The things that you say you value shouldn't be the things you want to value or that you hope people think that you value. It should be the things that actually guide your decision making. So for example, I value aesthetics, right? People will say, Ashley, it would be quicker, it would be cheaper, it'd be easier if you did it like this. But because I value aesthetics, I might take the long road. I might spend a little bit more money because I want it to look how I want it to look. I care about the aesthetics. I care about how it looks, how it feels, the ambiance of it all, right? And that's not valuable to everyone. Everyone doesn't care about that. People are like, oh, throw some music on, put the aux cord in, we'll have a party. I'm like, no, we have to have a DJ. There has to be a set playlist. I need to make sure that the vibe ebbs and flows with the DJ's, requests, right? Like, that's the kind of mood I'm trying to set, right? And so one of the things I want you to sort of interrogate is, what is your values, and not just what are your aspirational values, right? A lot of people say, I value faith, I value family, I value excitement and enthusiasm. I've heard a lot of people say, I value spontaneity, right? But when's the last time you made a spontaneous choice, right? Or you did something that was spontaneous, right? Like, you might want to value that, but your actions say otherwise. So really spend some time interrogating, what do you value? What do you care about? What guides your decision making? And start to jot that down, right? I always invite my mentees to start with 15 and then narrow down to 5, right? It's always a really challenging activity because they're like, oh my gosh, like, she really wants me to write down what I value for real, right? Like, she doesn't want me to fake it. She really wants to know, what I really care about. And that's going to help us make some real decisions in your career, right? So, for example, let's say like your values are like mine, right? My top 5 values are peace, joy, ease, wealth, and aesthetics, right? So once I know what I value, right? Once I know that ease is a top value of mine, that means that I'm gonna need to make career decisions that align with that value of ease, right? And in order to do that, I need to know what ease means to me, right? Because ease to me might mean something different than ease to someone else. So for ease, for me, means fluidity, right? That there are not huge hurdles to jump through, that it's within my wheelhouse, it's within my area of expertise, that I don't have to chase after something or hustle after something, right? That's outside of my values, right? I'm not a hustler. I'm not on the corner. I'm not going to chase down something. I'm a person who operates from a place of ease. Ease is my birthright, right? These are things that I really believe. And so, for me, I'm making career decisions based on ease. Now, let me be clear that ease doesn't mean easy, right? Ease doesn't mean I want to take an easy road, or I don't want to work hard, or I don't like a challenge. Ease means, is it aligned with my values? Is it aligned with my life goals? Is there going to be ease in the relationship with my supervisor? Is there going to be ease in the relationship with the people that report to me? Is there going to be ease with colleagues? Is this going to be, am I having to, am I going into a hostile environment where, everyone hated the last person who was in this job? They don't want anyone else to have it. They want the whole department torn down, right? Like, what kind of environment am I walking into, right? And I like to walk into environments. I'm happy to rebuild something. I'm happy to start something new. But, I want to walk into environments where they're happy to see me there, right? Like, there's some ease there. There's some joy there, right? And we talk about that joy. There's some peace there, or I can bring peace into the situation, right? And so those kind of, knowing that about myself, knowing what that I value ease and what ease means to me, that helps guide my decision making, right? Like, that means that I'm not going to work, in a field that's, on fire right now and that's being burnt to the ground, right? Like, that's not aligned with my values. Some people might love that. They're like, yeah, I love a risk. I want to get in the fire and I want to get in the muck. That's not the season of life that I'm in. And I think it's important too, to also know that our values ebb and flow, right? So what you valued 5 years ago may not be what you value now, right? Like, I think a lot of people, maybe 6 years ago, flexibility wasn't on, the top of their value list. They were like, I understand that jobs aren't going to be inflexible. I understand that, I'm going to have to come in here, 45 hours a week, 5 days a week. Now, a new set of arrangements, a new lived experience. Now people are like, I value flexibility. I cannot work a job where I have to come in 5 days a week, 45 hours a week. Like, that's not reasonable for me, right? And so it's important to know that your values can change over time too, right? But number one, we need to know what you value, right? You need to know what you value. Number two, you need to know what your values mean to you. What does the word flexible mean to you? Maybe for you, it means flex work. It means being able to work hybrid. You come in sometimes, you get to work from home sometimes. Maybe flexible means to you, I can come in every day, but I want to work a 7 to 3 shift instead of a 9 to 5, right? Or I want to work 11 to 7 instead of, 8:30 to 4:30, right? So flexible can mean different things, but you want to know what you value and you want to know what it means to you. How would you define that? Because that's going to help you articulate that value to someone else, right? So that when you're job searching, when you're talking to potential employers, when you're looking at opportunities online, you can say, yes, this opportunity is aligned with my value, or no, it's not, right? So again, we want to know what we value. We want to know how to define it. And then we want to audit our life, right? We want to audit our life, and we want to see, are the decisions that I'm making in my life aligned with the values that I say that I have? And if they are not, then this is a decision point for us. This is where we need to say, you know what, this job is no longer serving me. It's time to leave. My job search isn't working. I need to start getting some help. I'm in a job that I love. Let me keep going forward in it, right? So once we know what our values are, we know how to define them, then we can start to make decisions based on those values. So let's look at, the first 3 months in the year, right? 2024 is off to a bang. You've got January, you've got February, you've got March. What are your values, and are you walking in them? Over the last 3 months, have you've been walking in your values? You say you value family, but you're spending more and more time in a job that you don't like. You're complaining about work every single day. You feel frustrated and overwhelmed. Is that aligned with your values, right? Let's say you value health, right? But over the last 3 months, have you hired that nutritionist? Are you, taking those long walks to extend your life? Are you going to the doctor? Are you taking your meds as prescribed, right? So these are the things that help us, once we know what we value and we know what it means, then we can audit our life and we can say, yes, my decision making is aligned with my values. Let me progress ahead. Or no, my decisions have not been aligned with my values, and I really need to do the work to change my life so that I can be aligned with the values that I say that I have, right? And a lot of this value work is what we do in my mentorship programs, right? We spend a lot of time thinking about your values. And once you know your values, and this is, if you're looking for the secret sauce of Mentor Me programs, if you want to know why it works so well, is that my programs are values-based. So once my mentees are clear on their values, then their careers move very quickly. They're able to make more succinct and more specific career decisions because we're making value-aligned decisions. We're able to easily say, yes, this role is aligned with my value. Let me move forward. No, this role is not aligned with my value. Let me, not consider it. Yes, I'll take an interview with this organization. No, I'm not going to even apply. Yes, I will consider that salary offer. No, that salary is not aligned with my values. Yes, I will consider this job because a relocation is aligned with my values. No, I won't consider this role because it is not, right? It helps us make better decisions, and it helps us make decisions with more clarity and more confidence, right? Because we know what we value, and we can make those decisions with ease. So if this is something that you've been challenged by, if you feel like your job search has been sluggish, if your plan was to find a new job at the top of the year and we're 3 months in and you've not quite, met that milestone, then this is a time to sort of check in with yourself and say, what are my values? What do I care about? And if you need someone to walk alongside you in that research, then I'm the woman for you. Again, my mentorship programs really help professional women walk through their value set, understand what it is, get clarity on it, and make decisions that are aligned with those values. In addition to all the work we'll do with your resume, with your cover letter, with preparing you for job searching, with helping you identify roles that are aligned with those values, with helping you prepare for interviews, helping you negotiate the offers that come in, helping you decide what offer is best for you, and then supporting you in your first 90 days on the job, right? That's the work that we do together, and I'm excited to welcome you in it. So if you're a professional woman who works in corporate, nonprofit, or educational leadership, and you need some support defining your values and then building a career roadmap based on those values, then join the Mentor Me program today. The first step is to schedule a call with me, a free call, no cost, but it's an opportunity for me to learn more about you, learn more about what's working well in your career, where you feel challenged or stuck, and that'll help me assess how I can best support you and serve you in mentorship. And so you can go right to my website to schedule that call. It's at mentor-me.org. That's mentor-me.org. Again, that's mentor-me.org. The link is also in my bio. You can just click schedule today, and you'll see access to my calendar. I have availability all week to meet with prospective mentees, and I'm excited to answer any questions you have about the program and really get you onboarded so that I can support you in your career success. You can also message me on Instagram, and we can get you a link to schedule a call with me as well. Thanks so much for watching. Talk soon. Bye.